Up to this point, we've focused on individual prompts, prompt types, patterns, and workflows. Now it's time to elevate your thinking even further. In this lesson, we look at how all those individual pieces come together to form something far more powerful, a prompt system. A prompt system is very different from a single prompt. A single prompt solves one task. A prompt system solves an entire process. A single prompt handles an isolated moment. A prompt system supports a recurring function in your business. When you build a prompt system, you're not just prompting anymore. You're engineering the operational backbone of your business. Point. Let's start with the difference between the two. A single prompt helps you do something right now. It's quick, convenient, and task-specific, but it's also temporary. If you need to perform the same task tomorrow, next week, or next month, you're starting from scratch again. A prompt system, on the other hand, is a collection of 3 to 7 prompts that work together to run a process from beginning to end. This could be your weekly planning system, your content production system, your lead management system, your client onboarding system, your sales process system, or your internal documentation system. Each system is made up of prompts that serve different functions. Some gather information, some analyze, some create, some refine, and some package the final output. The prompts depend on each other. They work in sequence, and once they're built, you can use them over and over again. I like to describe this as building a prompt operating system, or what I call a prompt OS. Every business has processes. Every coach has routines. Every creator has cycles. What we're doing is turning those cycles into a predictable, repeatable AI-powered structure. Instead of opening your computer and thinking, what do I need to do today? Your prompt OS already has the prompts, the workflows, the templates, the logic, and the structure to guide that day for you. Imagine this. Instead of writing your social media content from scratch, you open your Content OS and run the same sequence of prompts every week. Instead of manually writing client updates, you open your Coaching OS and run the system that's already built. Instead of guessing how to organize your week, your Planning OS generates your priorities, your schedule, your projects, and your focus. And because you designed the system, it reflects your brand, your voice, your structure, and your expectations. Now, let's talk about the number of prompts in a system. A strong prompt system usually has 3 to 7 prompts. Less than 3, and you're not capturing the full scope. More than 7, and the process becomes harder to manage. 3 to 7 is the sweet spot because it allows you to break the process into clear stages without overwhelming yourself or the AI. Point. For example, a simple content system might include Prompt 1, generate content ideas. Prompt 2, choose the strongest angle. Prompt 3, build the outline. Prompt 4, write the content. Prompt 5, repurpose the content into additional formats. That's a complete system. You don't have to think. You simply run your prompts in order. Another system might be your weekly CEO review. Prompt 1, analyze last week's wins and challenges. Prompt 2, review KPIs, numbers, or progress. Prompt 3, identify priorities for the next week. Prompt 4, build the weekly plan. Prompt 5, summarize the week for your team or clients. A client onboarding system could include Prompt 1, intake review. Prompt 2, personalized assessment. Prompt 3, welcome message. Prompt 4, first 30-day plan. Prompt 5, client tracking setup. All of these examples show that your systems can be as simple or as advanced as you want. What matters is that they are repeatable. Let's also talk about organization and management. As you build more prompts, more workflows, and more systems, you need a place to store them, categorize them, version them, and update them. This is where your prompt portfolio and your prompt library come in. You should have folders or sections inside your system labeled by purpose: admin, content, coaching, operations, marketing, planning, client delivery, and so on. Each system should have a system name, a version number, and a set of prompts included in that system. This allows you to treat your prompts the same way a developer treats software, as evolving tools that you refine over time. As a certified prompt engineering professional, you must understand that prompts are not disposable. They are intellectual property. They are assets. And when you connect them together strategically, they become infrastructure for your business. Now it's time for the lab. In today's activity, you're going to build your first prompt system for a weekly business process. Choose something you do every week: content planning, weekly review, coaching prep, lead follow-up, or anything that makes sense for your work. Break the process into 3 to 7 stages. Then write one prompt for each stage using the results framework. When you're finished, you'll have built a complete prompt system that you can reuse week after week. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand that your business doesn't need more prompts. It needs systems. And when you start building prompt systems intentionally, your business becomes more predictable, more efficient, and significantly easier to manage. This is where prompting becomes true digital leadership.